Ah yes, Roblox, place where slop content reigns supreme with games such as this with a disturbing amount of players, and games such as this with a disturbing amount of players as well. Now what if I told you there were actual good games on Roblox that actually correlate with your interests? First game I wanted to discuss is Formula Apex Racing. For me, this is like the epitome of modern day F1 with its battery system, with its whole straight line mode and all that. Like, they get it down to pretty well. So I think for a lot of F1 fans at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to check it out for yourself because it's a pretty good game at that, and it gets it really well. The next game I wanted to talk about would be Formula V8 Racing. Now that game is more like a 2008 kind of inspired title with a lot of emphasis on just car. You just drive, you just gotta be the quickest around the circuit, no battery, no aero nonsense. You just drive, you just gotta drive the car. And I think for me, that's what makes it kind of perfect. At the end of the day, you just drive, nothing else. Just drive and don't go off track. For the third game I wanted to discuss, that game would be Formula 1998, as it's a pretty accurate representation of how the 1998 cars were pretty grippy on track, but also very understeery, so you have to pretty much always be on edge with the car. Have to know how to use the brake, the throttle, and steering in general to just navigate through very tough circuits. So I think it's a pretty accurate representation of how those cars were handled, and the sounds are legendary, and they get it down. Now this next game is titled Formula Classic, and by the title you can tell what this means. It's basically a culmination of every single Formula 1 car from the 1950s all the way up until 1991. And it's a great representation of them because at the end of the day, it's just pure racing. You get classic tracks as well, so that's pretty good. Now for the final game, this game would be Project Trackday. Now this game has a lot of cars to choose from and a lot of tracks to choose from, a good selection. And it's fun in a way because at the end of the day, it promotes very competitive racing. You can set lap times that are relatively similar to actual real-life motorsport events. So it creates that sort of competitive feeling, and they have a very active community. So this is the game that I'll be checking out today and playing.
Alright, jumping in now to Project Trackday. Menu looks really nice. See all the things that they have to offer on this menu: settings, rewards, store, and cars. That's what we're here for. The game has many different classes. I think it has the entire GT class, all of them. And then it has the hypercars, the group specials, and you keep scrolling, you scroll, and then you get to the IndyCar class. You have the LMP class. You have both Formula classes. You get the modern day Formula 1, then you get a little bit of an older Formula 1, which is nice. But the class I'm going to be focusing on specifically today is the GT3 class. Now jumping in, practice, and spa, front controls. Now, GT3 class, of course, and I will be using the 2023 DTM N4 GT3. Fully slide. But just out for our outlap here before we truly set any grand view of times. Very, very nice last couple of turns. And the time I'm looking to set is roughly a 217-ish. If I could probably go for a 216 as well. But the goal would probably be around a 217-ish, a low 217 and a high 216-ish, if it's possible. And first I invalidate. Wow, that's brutal. I went too powerful, and yeah, that's all on me. My third lap even? Not even my third, my first valid lap, hopefully. And boom. Very good first turn there. Wow, that was pretty good. Perfect even. Headed up to the first part there, a 37. Definitely got a little antsy on the throttle before I adjusted. Not a big deal. Come on, turn, turn, turn. Ah, I would not turn. It became very understeery in that area. Very unfortunate. Alright, coming to the line again for a 218. Nice. Okay, very calm through there. Coming towards the, what if I call it, just a hold. And just tighten yourself through there. Really gotta put yourself on the apex, you know, or else you're not gonna make that turn with the proper speed and acceleration you want. I mean, I don't really like talking too much when I'm driving, you know, that's why it's kind of quiet, but that's how I drive, you know. I drive very quiet. I try to keep it nice and quiet, you know. One deep there. And I cut the corner at the end too. Dang it. I'm gonna suck. That would have been a 216 and we would have walked away from this challenge. Could have. No. That means the 216 is possible. That only further validates my statement of a 216 being possible.
Now you're probably wondering, why do I have so many invalidated laps? It has something to do with track limits. At the end of the day, track limits work something like this. It's as long as you're able to keep all four tires within the white lines, your lap is good. But as soon as all four tires leave that validated space with a white line, your lap is toast. You're finished. It's over. Causing absolute pain and carnage because you could be on for an amazing lap and then right at the end, you go over a little bit and your whole lap is ruined. And the thing about this game is the fact that it measures by like the millimeters, the smallest of absolute millimeters. So I could be going on for a crazy lap. I could just turn into a corner just a little too much and just boom, my whole lap is over. That could have been the lap of laps, but I messed up. So even then, you have to be very precise with how you drive, and yeah, really. So let's just get back to the video.
Let's just do a quick warm up of the tires, try to get everything back into flow. Alright, so coming up for another lap here.
At this point, I felt like I was done. I felt pretty much drained, like genuinely every time I kept turning and just invalidating myself over and over and over again. It was ridiculous. I had roughly about 30 minutes of footage, just straight footage of me just validating. It was ridiculous. I was losing my head. I was gonna lose my head. And that's the thing. It was very annoying. It was very, very annoying to get. And I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna get off the game. So I decided to hop off for an hour, go do something, freshen up, like do anything but play the game. And then finally, I decided to return an hour later, refreshed, renewed, to tackle this one last time.
Now you're probably wondering, what is the goal for this? What time am I really going for? I'm going for roughly a low 217 or a high 216. Whichever one I get first. Really, in my opinion. And whichever one I feel is comfortable enough, like a good time on this. Alright, time for our first lap. Okay. We could be setting a demon first lap, that would be absolutely amazing. And I invalidated. Never mind. Not a good first lap at all. But still, I am overslowing for a lot of corners. I'm not truly letting the car go through them. I'm just sitting and relax. Kind of just letting the car go. Let's see what this time would have been. It probably would have been enough for me to end the video right then and there. But I probably would have really been satisfied with that, you know? Okay, on to lap 2 now. Nice. Nice through there. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Nice. Finally, nothing dumb. I didn't invalidate myself. Could I do it? Could I do it? Oh, up to the line. A 16.278. We have done it. We have done it. There is no freaking way. We have done it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Man, I don't even know why I'm driving at this point. I've done it. I've smashed my record. I said a mid 16. I've gotten a low 16. You know? It's mental. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. I can't believe it only took me maybe 2 tries to get that.
No cap on God, bro.
Roblox games in general, like if you really want to play a good Roblox game, just look for one at the end of the day. Just do a little bit of scrolling, do a little bit of looking. Look at your interests, what do you like, and Roblox probably has a game for that at the end of the day. I'm a big motorsport fan, so for them to have so many different motorsport titles is great at the end of the day. So yeah, peace out, I guess. And I'll see you in the next one.